Hello, how are you? So I triangled somebody last Sunday and I wanted to do two things because after they asked me, how can I defend that? So I'll do two things. One, I'm going to let you in on how to beat me. So I'm gonna analyze my openings and let you know exactly the points at which there are openings to beat the triangle. And then I'll also give you tips on how to get more triangles. Now this footage that you're seeing, the reason why I'm wearing a white belt is because on Saturdays I train Judo at Pedro's, and I'm still training Jiu-Jitsu 3 times a week, Muay Thai once a week. I want to up the Judo, but that's why you see me in a white belt. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Okay, believe it or not, I have lost triangles, and here are the top ways that people have successfully defended against a triangle. Here, the reason why, you see how I just gave up on the triangle? What you may not notice is he did a successful elbow slip. So once the elbow is past the thighs, then since the right arm is across, a person can shuck the leg over, and if he would have circled to my back, he would have had the pass. And when I lose the triangle, this is typically how it happens. So because I've lost the triangle many times, I already know what's going to happen. When he slipped the elbow, I gave up right away, because once the elbow is slipped, a mistake that I have made is trying to hold on to something that's not there. Baby, just let go. If you've lost the elbow, you've lost everything. So the more time you spend mourning the loss, the more time somebody is just going to pass your guard. Once the elbow is slipped and you've lost the arm and you have a triangle, immediately move to something else. And here I straightened out and put a lot of weight in my left leg, because that makes it heavy so that they can't throw the leg by the head quickly, and either A, stops it, or B, gives me enough time to hip out, to shimmy the butt out. That way I can get a knee back in and defend against them circling around the back. Now, the second way a triangle choke is most successfully defended against me is posturing up. Now, posturing up saved him here. He's trying to control my legs. He's trying to keep a posture. However, I am good at defending against people posturing up, because since that is such a successful defense, do you see how I jumped up and I am getting a very high guard, because that's the end of the fulcrum, and pulling him down with my legs, which is probably like the force that you don't see. So posturing up is super effective. When you do posture up, ensure that you are tall and that you stay postured. The minute you break your posture and your head comes forward, I'm wrapping my legs around anything I can get at the end of the fulcrum, so closest to the head, having a very high closed guard and breaking it back down again. You also don't want to leave openings. If somebody's really good at triangles and you're trying to defend against it, one huge opening is if you try to unlock my guard with your hand and you're not standing, I can very easily capture a head and arm. So don't mess with the lock of the guard unless you're standing with your hand. If you want to break the guard while on the ground, use your knee and do a knee and guard break. If you search for that move, I have a technique library that shows a bunch of techniques done live that I do and that's done to me, because on this channel, it's about good jiu-jitsu, not about winning. Now that I've shown you how to beat me, I want to show you how you can get more triangles. And at the end, I'll put a video at the end, there's like suggestions. I'll put the link to the video in the description as well, and at the end of the video where I go over these techniques that I'm using here, because they're absolute gold. The first step for you to get more triangles And what I love to do is I first love to isolate an arm. Here I'm isolating it using a shoulder crunch to threaten a shoulder crunch sweep to then climb a higher guard. And from here, what I like to go between is either the corkscrew armbar or clamp guard. Threaten the corkscrew. Instead of putting my right leg over, I switch my left leg to the other side of the head in order to get the triangle.
Judo, they'll break you up soon. Like, if you go to full guard like that, they sort of break you up. You get like a couple seconds to try to.
Now, if you've done Jiu-Jitsu long enough, it's almost like when you fail a lot, you know how to course correct the failure. And the secret in life is just failing a lot. So here, do you see how getting a very high guard is what's breaking the posture? And he's trying to elbow slip, and I know this because in the previous round he did. So I changed the angle of the arm lock because typically you think this is an arm bar, but what it feels like when you're in it is it feels like a mirror lock or an Americana that instead of like this, it's like this and out, because when he's trying to elbow slip, you kind of slip like that. But if somebody continues to press down here while having a very tight guard around your head and arm, that pressure against the shoulder, it feels like a mirror lock. And it's great because it stops the elbow slip, and you need to elbow slip in order to get your arm out. If you cannot break the posture, think about adjusting the top lock so that it's locked in a different orientation, because typically you get taught to triangle somebody, you want the lock near the armpit of the arm that's inside your legs. But if during the struggle to break the posture, you lock the triangle up on the opposite side, that is typically what causes their balance to be broken, because I find the shift of the lock makes their head go to the ground. And I've even gotten sweeps off of this because of the momentum. So think about getting a top lock with the head and arm, having a very high top lock on their back, and switching the lock to be on the opposite side is what, it's like, understand the rules and break them. The corkscrew arm bar, the clamp guard, and the triangle are the three that I attack in order to funnel people into a triangle. And I'm sure, it's effective, as you can see. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I'm happy to share these tips with you. Breaking the posture is huge. Yeah, that's definitely a big triangle hack. All right, and jumping up with your legs to capture the head and arm. Oh my God. Like, don't think about if you can't bring them to you, baby, bring your legs to them, right? All right. So until next time, bye.